Beets from a can don't do justice to the many colors and types of fresh beets. My beet and goat cheese salad uses raw beets sliced paper thin on a mandolin with a warm goat cheese crouton. Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of Let's Celebrate TV. I'm your host, Peter Lee. On this channel, we teach you all about celebrating. We share recipes for food, hors d'oeuvres, cocktails, and we share entertaining tips too. Now we try and keep it all as simple as possible, especially for those of you out there who say that you just can't cook or entertain, because we know you really can. So if you like this episode, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and you'll get a new episode every single week. Today, our celebration is all about a starter. We're going to start off with a salad. It's springtime, produce is starting to show up, all the freshness of spring, so we're going to make a beet and goat cheese salad. Let's get started. You probably think that beets only come from a can or a jar. Well, they don't. They come from their plants. They come from the garden. If you've never seen fresh beets, here we are. I have a classic red beet. That's probably what you're familiar with. And then I have a golden beet. Now, beets are great. They're sometimes called beetroot because that's what they are. They're a root vegetable. And they come in all kinds of colors and variations. There's stripy beets. There's yellow and red and pink and white, and they're all delicious. What I love about them is you can eat not only the root, but the stems and the leaves as well. And they make a fabulous salad. So let's get rid of these. What I have today is we're going to start. I have some red beets here that I just sliced on this contraption here. This is called a mandolin. This is what it looks like on top. A mandolin, I've used them before, but I want to tell you about them again. This is a great slicing tool. You can do super thin slices. You can do waffles. You can do crinkle cuts. You can do all kinds of things with it. And the best thing is that everything is consistent. It has an adjustment so that when you slice on them, every single slice is the exact same thickness. And that's very important for this application. It's important for things like potato chips too. So here's my mandolin. I've already done some red beets. This was 2 medium red beets. And you'll see they're very thin, but they're all consistent, all exactly the same thickness. And I have a golden beet. So I've done one of them, again, all the same thickness. I'm going to show you how to do the others. Now, these beets are raw. All I did was I cut off the tops and tail, and then I peeled it with a vegetable peeler. Now, the red beet will stain your fingers a little bit, but you know what? It just comes off with soap and water. It's not a big deal. Now, mandolin is very sharp. It is super sharp. So that's why you always use the guard. I know you see on TV, the chefs, they take something and they go, and how they don't cut themselves, I don't know. But I've been there when people have used these contraptions without the guard. It's been ugly. So always use this guard. It's very simple. Put it on, give a little push, and it holds it there. Down flat. Now watch how fast this goes. Now you see this little spring part here? Watch. You just run back and forth. And as you're doing that, the little compressor pushes the beet down until it can't slice anymore. And then you just put this aside. What you get out of that is a pile of slices that are all exactly the same. These are nice and thin. And the reason I want them nice and thin is because we're eating these raw. Probably didn't know you could eat beets raw, but you can. So I'm going to clear the decks, then we're going to assemble the salad. Here we are, we're ready to build the salad. Now I'm going to show you two little different ways to do it. The first, I have a little plate here with some arugula, or also known as rocket. And arugula is a lovely little green, has a peppery taste, which is a nice counterpoint to the sweetness of the beets. So we're just going to start with some slices. I'm going to do the red, just in a little circle. Very simple. This is kind of traditional, and it doesn't have to be perfect, so don't worry. And then maybe a couple yellows here and there for a little extra color. I have some goat cheese. Love goat cheese. It's salty, it's tangy. Again, it's a good counterpoint to the sweetness of the beets, and it blends well with the peppery of the arugula. It's going to crumble. It's going to be casual and haphazard. Just crumble it about. All these colors, the white, the red, the gold, the green, it's beautiful. You don't need a lot, just a little. Now, tiny bit of salt and pepper, always. The goat cheese has a little salt, but you want a little salt on the greens, so just a little bit, just a tiny sprinkle. Now the pepper, you want a little coarser grind. You can be a little more generous. Now at this point, you can dress it with whatever vinaigrette you like. I happen to love on this salad a little extra virgin olive oil, just that much, and a nice healthy squeeze of lemon. Just fresh lemon juice, about a quarter of a lemon. Right through my hands to catch any seeds. And that's all you need for that salad. How delicious. Look how beautiful that is. Now let's put this aside. So Phil and I have a big date coming up. We have an anniversary coming up. And we're having some people in. And I really want to celebrate and make it extra beautiful. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it for our next dinner party. I'm going to kind of be a little more elegant. I'm going to alternate with the red and the yellow slices in a circle right around the edge of the plate. It's going to kind of look like a flower, a very pretty flower. Just like that. Right in, bring it together. So we have this red and gold. Beautiful. No arugula this time. However, tiny bit of salt, some fresh pepper, olive oil, extra virgin, just a light drizzle. This is a case where simplicity is really the best. And again, a nice big squeeze of lemon. Now for the best part. I have a fried goat cheese crouton to put right in the middle. Here we are. Look at that. How did I do that? It was simple. All I did was I cut my goat cheese into 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch slices, quick dredge in panko breadcrumbs and egg and panko, and then I quickly fried them in olive oil just enough to make those panko breadcrumbs get golden. And now they're all warm and delicious. And how beautiful is that? Look at all those colors and the crunch. Delicious. I think this will be a great first starter. Okay, it's time for my favorite part, what I do for you, the tasting. I'm going to start with this one. Let's cut this little beet and have a little piece of beet with arugula and goat cheese. That's nice. It's very fresh. You get that peppery and the arugula And the tang of lemon juice against the beet. Mmm, delicious. Now let's try this one with that warm goat cheese. Crouton, if you will. Let's just cut a bit off. Warm and gooey. Delicious. Wow. That is amazing. It's warm, it's crunchy, it's unctuous. And against those fresh, sweet, crunchy beets, they're almost like an apple. It has that consistency, that texture. Delicious. Little wine to wash it down. All right. As always, we're going to have the recipe for this up on our website and in the comment section of YouTube. And remember, friends, you're always invited to come over every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Come on over, come on in, and let's celebrate. Cheers.